What do a plumber, FBI agent, lawyer, aerospace engineer, and actuary all have in common? They are all members of a growing group of individuals who have brought innovation to the insurance industry. AM Best is committed to innovation in the industry. So for our review and preview conference this year, we discussed innovation by insurers as well as by those with whom they partner. So we embarked on a journey whereby we learned who these partners are and what motivates them in their efforts. We're meeting with an Illinois-based Insurtech in what we think is its natural habitat. WeWork in Chicago, of course.
Molly Solutions Group is a company that's a little better than 4 years old now. We started it basically to solve technology issues around payments and subrogation. You can take what is being created in the subro process and meld that with the claims process into probably what's going to be a $6 billion a year opportunity for the carriers to improve their loss adjustment expense.
In San Francisco, we found another Insurtech hanging out at a WeWork downtown.
Delos is an Insurtech startup that uses wildfire science and machine learning to be able to create more accurate, predictive wildfire models.
We think this is a particularly powerful application for a portfolio analysis because we're looking at how that interacts with the individual structures in that area.
Across town, tucked between the headquarters of Adobe and Airbnb, was the home base of Betterview.
Betterview is providing a risk management platform for buildings and properties. So we're helping P&C carriers mostly identify risk and also mitigate it.
As 40% of all the property claims dollars being paid out are roof related, if we can help even in a little way, for some of the companies we work with, that can be the difference in their combined ratio.
From there, we headed south to San Jose to meet a life and annuities innovator.
Surify is a life and annuity platform built to transform all the next generation life and annuity companies. If we're going from zero digital engagement, I would love to transform a life insurance company to even have 5 to 10 times a year. That is astronomically different, and we can all imagine the opportunities that come with an actual digital relationship.
But Surify isn't the only company looking to transform the life industry. Life.io in Princeton, New Jersey is another one.
Life.io is a transformative product for life carriers. It's a rewards and loyalty platform that's white labeled as their brand that they can offer to their policyholders to build a relationship.
6 out of 10 people can't name their carrier that they purchased a product from. The problem we're solving is one around brand loyalty, retention, upselling, and cross-selling.
We jumped the border to Canada to meet Slice in their launch studio, which is located in, you guessed it, another WeWork.
Slice is a fairly early stage tech startup. We're 3 years old, focused on on-demand insurance, digital insurance, primarily for the new economy. The main problem we're trying to solve is to bring insurance into the on-demand experience.
Startups aren't the only companies that have WeWork spaces. Here we are at AM Best WeWork space in Bryant Park, New York City, where we're going to talk to an Insurtech that's in the health and life outcome space.
Dakadu is a company that supports health insurers and life insurers in their journey to digitize their business, as well as, more importantly, to engage their customers in a journey of health and wellness. Getting people to live, 1 year, 2 years longer has a huge financial incentive for the insurance company. But more importantly, life insurance needs to evolve. They really do need to, come to grips with the digital age, the way consumers want to be interacted with.
Since WeWork seems to be the place to meet Insurtechs, all we had to do was to wait for the next one to show up right here in New York.
Fair Claims has an access to justice mission. We can resolve a dispute between any type of party. People are used to clicking a couple buttons and resolving things, and so anything short of that doesn't meet consumer expectation. And so, we're excited to work with the insurance industry to help drive things towards that direction.
Back in California, in Los Angeles, we met with a father and son innovator team.
Flow Technologies is solving the problem of water damage in homes. Every year, it's the leading cause of preventable homeowners insurance claims. So we proactively monitor the integrity of the plumbing system, and we can identify something as small as a drop of water a minute. We can help prevent claims from happening in the first place.
This morning we find ourselves in La Jolla, California on our way to see TruePic.
TruePic is trying to restore trust in digital photos. We have a mechanism that we've built specifically for insurance that allows any carrier to conduct a virtual inspection. We knew that photo authenticity would be important to a lot of different industries. What we found was that the insurance industry was actually really receptive to this technology, because as that industry moves to a more virtual process, we're embedding trust where there typically is not trust today.
Another organization dealing with trust is the National Insurance Crime Bureau. With over 100 years' experience fighting insurance fraud, the NICB is not exactly a tech startup. However, one of their tech innovations will have broad application both in and out of insurance.
The Geospatial Intelligence Center is a consortium created by the National Insurance Crime Bureau to provide very high-resolution imagery to the insurance industry that's refreshed on an annual basis. Fraud is where the NICB will be focused, but the GIC will allow you to exploit this imagery to both claims as well as to underwriting as well as innovation.
Believe it or not, but the NICB is not the only one of our innovators with a 100-plus years history. The Institutes is heading up another Insurtech industry initiative in Malvern, PA.
The Institutes has created a blockchain consortium. We call it the RBA Alliance. And the purpose of that is to allow the industry to leverage these technologies where sharing of data is required and advantageous in order to give a better customer experience and/or better financial returns to organizations in the alliance. The problem that specifically that we're trying to solve is where customer experience and financial performance can be improved through efficient sharing of data. And that blockchain can do very well.
There have been cases where technologists have entered the sector and the result was an exercise in using technology to complicate and over-engineer the business of managing risk. But it is easy to see that these are not rudderless technologists trying to throw complexity toward uncertain goals. These passionate individuals have identified the big challenges facing the insurance industry and have found solutions. And there is so much more. We gathered their insights on technology, disruption, and the future of the insurance industry. The results were compelling.
Disruption is almost impossible to see with forethought. It can only be seen in the rearview mirror. Somebody probably has disrupted the insurance model, but nobody's going to know until 20 years from now when they're looking in hindsight.
So coming from the industry and being an actuary, I'm aware that you're not just going to wipe somebody off the map. They can survive in the old ways for probably a decade, 2 decades. They're not going to disappear. They're going to become irrelevant. That's a different story.
Startups probably aren't going to disrupt the life insurance industry. Definitely not the top 10 carriers in the near future. So working together is a way to help them avoid disruption from outside players.
Online banking, right? When that became a thing in the early 90s, there were some online banks, like I had an account with NetBank. What ended up happening though is all those either got absorbed or went out of business, and the banks that we all know have been around forever, 100 plus years, added online banking. So there's always this question of where's their actual disruption and where is this a sustaining technology for existing incumbents?
It's vital that you adopt technology in order to keep up with all of these insurtechs that are entering the space. Ultimately, I think there'll be a lot of change within the industry, but not change to the industry, if that makes sense.
Some of that change may be in the form of a new approach by the insurers themselves.
As an industry, we're not accustomed to failing. Let's be honest, you learn more through your failures than you ever do making something right. We probably as an industry have gotten away from that, and what Insurtech has done is kind of brought that pendulum back a little bit, says, hey, let's try something new.
Insurance was kind of the pioneer around use of mathematics, use of statistics, and applied business, use of technology. And then something happened and it stopped. The focus went from solving problems to creating products that were highly complex and difficult for consumers to understand.
In the startup world, we iterate quite a bit. We start small, we test small, we fail quickly. I want to see the insurance industry fail more quickly.
Truthfully, the insurance industry tends to move at the speed of insurance, not to jab anyone too hard that's out there, but look, I mean, things tend to move a little bit slower. I think it's generally a data-driven business, and so a number of our carrier partners are waiting to get more data.
Our industry manages risk, and sometimes we try to manage risk down to zero, but you can't have innovation without some risk. If we focus on the end goal, which is to better serve our customers, to have a better customer experience, then I think we can innovate more quickly.
Picture the future of your insurance company and that every one of your 100,000 to 10 million life insurance customers have a different experience, a different visual representation, different products they're getting offered.
When you work in catastrophe, the best area to be able to make an impact is insurance. You have the widest reach. You can actually connect to every single consumer.
It puts that insurance company in a position of reaching out proactively to those customers rather than waiting for those first notice of losses to come through and then begin to do what the insurance industry does best and help people put their lives back together again.
For the oldest industry in the world, it's pretty phenomenal that now they are picking up some of the latest and greatest technology.
Therefore, we're back to the basics. Simple value proposition, consumer focus, life improvement. With those goals, we can apply new technology to this industry so that we can continue the path towards the noble purpose of protection, which is what attracted so many of these innovators in the first place.